Hello, Palm Springs International Film Society members. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special Q&A for 200 meters. My name is Lily Rodriguez and I'm the Artistic Director at the Film Society. And I want to give a very special thank you to our friends at True Colors for sharing 200 meters with us. 200 meters is the official submission by Jordan to the Academy Awards, and we're very lucky that we get to share with all of you. We are in conversation today with Ameen Nayfeh, who is the director, and actor Ali Suliman, who members will recognize from previous titles at Palm Springs like The Idol and Paradise Now. The conversation will be moderated by our own Hebe Tabachnik. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hebe Tabachnik. I'm one of the programmers for the Palm Springs International Film Festival, and we have a great pleasure to have this morning the director of the film 200 Meters, Ameen Nayfeh, all the way from Palestine. Hello, Ameen. Welcome to this conversation.
Hello and good morning. And I'm very happy and pleased to be with you.
We are going to be joined hopefully very soon by the lead of the film, Ali Suliman. We're waiting for him to connect. So we're going to start, and let's begin by saying that 200 meters is the official submission by Jordan to the Oscars. So congratulations, Ameen. And you also got many awards so far, but I think the Choice Award at Venice Days tells something about the power of this film to engage the audience. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of 200 meters.
So the story came from my personal experience with the wall and with the separation. As I grew up in Palestine, so the wall, many people, they think that the wall has been there since the creation of Israel. It is only 15 years old. And before the wall was built, we were moving more freely, but Ali is with us now.
Hello. Yes. Hello, Ali. He's connecting as we speak.
Yeah.
Welcome. Can you hear it? Can you hear us? I think you might.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Ali.
Hello. Sorry, it was complicated here.
Welcome to the conversation. We just started. It's a pleasure. I was saying I'm Hebe Tabachnik, one of the programmers for the Palm Springs Film Festival, and it's a pleasure having you this morning here at least this morning in California. I believe you are in Israel right now?
No, I'm in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
so it's morning too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Great. So we just started, and I asked Ameen about the genesis of the story. So please, continue with your
answer. Okay. So the story of 200 meters came from a personal background of how I grew up in Palestine with the wall, So the wall, which is today separating the West Bank, is only 15 years old. Many people think that it has been there forever or since ever. And I happened to grow up, I witnessed the building of the wall. And as it was being built, I was gradually being separated from my family, who live on the other side of the wall, the family of my mother. As my mother comes from a Palestinian village that is on the Israeli side. And since the wall was built, I could no longer go to the town where I grew up, where I, had my childhood friends and my family and my grandparents. And this separation, brought lots of bad memories and heartbreaks, and I couldn't say goodbye to to my parents when they passed away. So I was it was part of my life. So as I studied filmmaking, it was the first story that I felt very attached to tell.
And you have a background, or at least the previous films were documentaries. Why you decided that, you know, you could have maybe made a documentary about this particular situation? When did you decide it, or why did you decide it to do a fiction film, and also, you know, this particular sort of a little bit of a road movie and with touches of suspense and thriller?
You know, I love movies, you know, and I love watching entertaining movies that has these elements. So actually, the film school, our producing teacher, professor, he was, you know, when I was introduced to the genres and to how to, you know, how to sell your film and how to target your audience, I was thinking of what is the best, you know, way to tell this story. And I had the idea of a road movie since I started to think about it. There has been many documentaries that talked about this, but not many fiction films. And I wanted to reach as much audience as I can. And I think fiction has the potential to travel more and to reach more audience. And that's why I wanted to tell it as a fiction film.
And it proved to be really a fantastic decision. And so you wrote, you know, the script too. How long did it take from the moment you had the idea to, let's say, Venice Film Festival?
It took 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 years since I wrote the first draft until it came to the screen. And yeah, it was a very long journey that I grew up with this experience, and the script also changed a lot. The core idea of 200 meters and of the father and the road movie remained the same, but the characters and you know the social drama in it also changed, became more mature.
Oh, I see. And when you were writing, did you have Ali in mind, or how was the process of casting? And since, you know, we have Ali, when did Ali join the project? And if that sort of changed somehow the story, you know, the point of view, or you know, the drama?
Actually, when I wrote the first draft in 2013, I was visualizing Ali as the main character. So I wrote, you know, it was him in my mind the whole time. So I was having Ali dreams for 7 years. And actually, the first Palestinian film that I watched was Paradise Now. That's why I was always attached to working with him, because he's a brilliant actor. And I'm very happy that my first film was with him, because he's not just a brilliant actor, he's an amazing human being, and his support was unlimited to me.
So Ali, when you were called by Ameen and he told you about this particular story, so what did you think? And especially knowing that it was a debut feature, which is, you know, even more, you know, such an accomplishment, you know, to have your first feature, you know, and being so there, so, you know, layer and like the complexity of the characters and the situations. So Ali, what was your first impression and your, you know, the work you did, especially also constructing Mustafa, the character?
Yeah. Of course. Like first, when I heard about this, when I heard about Ameen, and it was through a common friend, our producer Mayaudi. She told me about the story, and she met me with Ameen, and then I met him. He tells me about the story, and he tells me exactly what he have been through personally as a person who really separated from his family, the other side. And when I read the script, I loved the script, and I loved the character, and of course he tells me that I was in his mind for 7 years. So that's really nice to hear that. And also, For me to work, first of all, when you see that a filmmaker, no matter what, like especially when he's doing his first feature. So for me, it's a brilliant and very attractive to work with the director, so fresh and so he have the courage and he have everything, you know, to give and to try. And we have worked even together about the script, and we worked like 2 weeks before we start shooting, just in every single scene together, and we have big conversations about many scenes, and we change many things together. And the thirst of doing something really important, and especially when it's personal. So there is something that I can't say no to this thing, especially when it's like talking about Palestine and we don't have industry. So this generation, a new generation, I remember myself like as an actor, trying to really find my path and find my way find my career. And if I didn't get the opportunity and didn't get the chance, I wouldn't really reach where I reach where I am today. So, and also it's very important to work with fresh directors, with the new ideas, with the new vision, with the new point of view, and to keep the narrative on and on.
And you touch in a couple of things that I really am interested in, which is how difficult it was to actually made it happen in terms of you said there is not a big industry in Palestine, so
we don't have industry.
You don't
there
have
is no industry.
Bottom
we
line.
have individual filmmakers, and we don't have industry like any other where else like in the world. Yeah.
So how difficult then, Ameen, was to actually make it happen, and how difficult was the shooting? I mean, I read somewhere that you shot in like 35 different locations in only 22 days, and just by the sheer numbers, it seems like almost a Herculean kind of effort. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, it was a very tough experience for me, as it was my first film, and our budget was not that big, and it only allowed us to shoot in 22 days. And yeah, it was a very difficult situation. We had to travel every day, like we had to go to multiple locations, and it's because of the road movie part. It's always on the road. We are always moving from one location to the other, and also the other difficulty is that we also shot in location that is close to Israeli controlled, like military controlled area, like to checkpoints, to watchtowers, to the wall, because these images were essential in the storytelling. I was dreaming when I was writing that we could build these locations, but it was not possible. So the idea was that we use what is available to us. We have the production design, it's there, and we just had to be smart of how to approach it and how to keep the safety of the crew and the cast. And yeah.
Did you have to ask for any kind of permissions to shoot in the places, or you just went and shot it?
We just went and we shot it. Yeah. And we tried not to make a big scene, we tried to stay in like fewer numbers and smaller units, and it worked. I was very stressed all the time, but thankfully it went fine. And yeah. Yeah, I just want to say to touch on another aspect of having no industry, because also like the financing of the film took a long journey. Like it was very difficult to get the money together to make this film, because in Palestine we don't have an institution that is working to support cinema in Palestine. And so we had to apply for Arab funds and to find potential co-productions outside Palestine, especially in Europe. And that was a very long journey, very difficult one. But at the end it happened. But yeah, so it was not an easy thing.
And it's clear in the countries that are associated with this film, which is Palestine, Jordan, Qatar, Italy, and Sweden, which proves definitely that shows the journey, a different journey, another road trip that you had to do in order to make it happen.
Another journey actually for the director when he went to Venice. So it was like big journey, as they not list the 200 meters actually to get to a Venice Film Festival.
Why? Tell us. I mean,
he can tell you actually. Ameen tells you about
so, you know, me and Ali, we live maybe 40 minutes away from each other, you know, but he has an Israeli passport and I don't. So he can travel from Tel Aviv and I can't. So going to Venice took, he took a flight to Frankfurt and from Frankfurt to Venice. For me, I had to travel to Jordan, to Istanbul, to Frankfurt, and traveling from Palestine to Jordan to Istanbul to Frankfurt took me 30 hours. For him, it took him like 3 hours. So, you know, this is the reality that we live, you know.
So with a Palestine passport, you cannot travel from Tel Aviv?
No, you cannot, no.
Wow, okay.
No.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was telling Ameen a little bit earlier. My only visit to Israel and one of the first encounters with the wall, it was like something has been, you know, like a big rock on my heart, because you could totally see, you know, just a street divided in two. I mean, like, it's just insane. I kept thinking, what would happen if I would be in my city and somebody would put just a wall in front of my, you know, like my door. And, you know, that thought was just, and now, you know, one of the things that you beautifully portrayed in this film is the aching of just being so close, but at the same time, you know, separated by this absolutely stupid barriers. Going on the casting, you have an array of actors, but you have a special character, which is the German tourist. Could you tell us a little bit more about, you know, that character in particular, and how was working in general with all these different, you know, people who at the same time, I think, represent a little bit of the different population you have in the area, which I thought it was really fascinating.
So actually, in the writing, I try to stay authentic to the story all the time, so that the people who are taking the journey in the film are real people, you know, like they with real intentions. So also the German character or tourist, she is a real person. Like, I know this story, so I try to, you know, stay true. Like because I wanted to keep it as authentic as it is. And so at the end, with the casting, we had you know, like Ali Suliman, and also the German actress. She was also an experienced actress. But the rest of the Palestinian cast, like 80% were first time on the screen. Some of them were from theater background, but the rest also like they were fresh. So which was very dynamic and very different to working with the actors. But I was very lucky that that I had Ali with me, because he was a great support to me and also to the other cast. You know, like in preparing and reading like preparing to shoot the scene, etc. So yeah, I was super lucky to work with Ali. So yeah.
And Ali, what were the sort of biggest hurdles that you felt while shooting, you know, this film and your character in particular. And what were some of the rewards or the things that you were like, wow, you know, we did this, you know, we were able to capture this moment.
That was like the most really scary and really dangerous, let's say, scenes that we have to be in the trunk of the car. We to pass the to pass the through the wall, like in the sneaking the wall and the border, and we were shooting in real trunk, and I think the other two actors they a bit pass away. Pass up.
Painted.
What?
Paint.
What the word?
They were about to pass out, or
yes, because of the really it's really neurotic, and as you saw in the film, and it was really not comfortable at all to breathe in, and this was like one of the scenes really tough for all of us to shoot.
and in terms of you know, because of the locations and because of, you know, most of the scenes are just inside a car, how was the process with, you know, your DP, and how did you, you know, draw everything? Were you like improvising as you go? How was the process of actually putting, you know, the film on camera?
Yeah, we had, you know, I worked with my DP, of course, before the production, and we had discussed almost everything. We kept a room for improvisation because, you know, shooting in 22 days is not it's not the best condition. So many times we had to, you know, to make compromises on some shots and some plans. So yeah, there was a room for improvisation, but more or less it was planned. There was an idea of how we wanted to shoot the film. Yeah.
And in the creating of this film, what were your maybe inspirations in terms of, you know, tone or you know, other filmmakers or you know, stories that you were like, you know, I'm trying to do this a little bit on the heels of I don't know.
Actually, my main inspiration was also a film from this country, which is Ajami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's that film one of my favorites, to be honest. And when I told my DOP that this is my reference, she was very happy because she also likes it. So that was one of the big references for us.
And of course you know, you've been to Venice Film Festival and you won the audience award at Venice Days, and in itself amazing feat. But now you're also represented Jordan for the Oscar. So what's going on through everybody's minds with this possibility? And I think Ameen is frozen for the moment. So Ali,
He's not
what's
there.
going?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, well, for me, this is really great to hear. For first of all, and you know, the film since the beginning, since I really read the script, I saw that there is something really good that really can get out and to reach the audience, and when we touch down first in Venice, and we touched the people there, and we saw the reactions, and the film really continues with his success around the world, and we also participate in different other film festivals, and now in the Golden Globe and the Oscars, we are really crossing fingers for that, because this is very important for us to reach this platform, and this is the. It's not because just the award itself, it's because of the recognition, and we do films to get really recognition around the world, and because of the story, it's very important and very simple story. We're not here telling like stories that comes from the moon. That we tell simple, very simple, basic story about simple life of Palestinian daily life needs. And for me, this is really great that we reached that platform, and it's very important for the film to get really distributed widely around the world.
And Ameen, do you want to add anything to what Ali said regarding, being the entry from Jordan and the possibility of, getting into the Golden Globes or the Oscars itself?
Yeah, when of course I was dreaming, like of such a success, but not. I did not know where this film will go, because it is my first film, and I was hoping that it will get recognition and that it would travel and be seen. But when I received the news that we are submitting to the Oscars and to the Golden Globes, I was so excited and I was so happy. And I also crossed the fingers, because at the end of the day, what I really wish and want is for the film to be seen everywhere. And these are really great and very important platforms for the film to go on and to be distributed. So I really, yeah, I just
and indeed the film is having an amazing run, because it already got 11 awards in many festivals all over the world. We're we have a few minutes left, and I'm very intrigued by the fact that Ali is in Dominican Republic. I don't know if you're in holidays. I mean, we can.
I wish in holiday.
We can see that you're different. You have a little bit more beer from the character. So can you tell us whatever you can tell us about the fact of you being in Dominican Republic right now?
Yes, I'm participating in new project, American project, and we're gonna shoot it here. Okay. I can't say any more.
It's fine. So we should be seeing you in this project maybe in a couple of years, let's say.
Let's say next year, maybe.
Next, like 22. Well, we're already 21.
Yes, 21, 22. Yeah, because like I'm gonna shoot it till really March 25th or yeah.
Have you been to Dominican Republic before?
No, this is my first time. Actually, I just arrived last night. I still have jet lag.
And is your first time in Latin America?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's my first time. I'm so happy. The weather here is fantastic. Okay. So beautiful.
You should try mojitos.
I will, of course.
Rum and mint. You cannot leave that island without tasting some.
I wish I could. I wish the conditions is different. I could really visit more countries like when I finish the shoot. So, but with these conditions, like with the COVID-19, so I cannot go anywhere except here. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, but I'm sure it's not going to be the last time you visit Latin America.
Inshallah.
And I mean, I know, of course, now your head is all around 200 meters, but are you working in something new? If so, it's going to be related or completely different.
Actually, I'm having so many ideas. My mind is being very productive. I'm very happy, but I think my ideas are almost all about human stories, not necessarily always in Palestine. I also want to tell stories from the Arab world. I want to be known as an Arab filmmaker, not just specific to Palestine.
Okay, and so the only thing I can say now is I really wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. Of course, if the festival, didn't happen this year, but you would have been coming, I'm sure, to Palm Springs. And I'm kind of taking the liberty to do an open invitation, because we would have been really happy to host you. We're happy to host you, at least virtually. But all of us at the Film Society really would like to, meet you one day in person. And I'm sure it's going to happen with the American film, or your next project. I don't know if you're already dreaming with Ali again for your new project.
No, he's always in my mind. Yes.
I was about to ask him if he will accept me to work with them again.
This is a very special confession that you're doing,
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it to, I don't know if you want to say anything to the audience here at the Palm Springs Film Society, if you want to say anything to them, Ali and Ameen.
Yes, it's very important for us to be part of this unique film festival, and we're sorry we're not there to be with you guys. And I hope you like the film, our film. And I'm so happy that our film is participating in this film. And be good and safe. And maybe soon, next year, maybe we'll reach you, or we'll get the chance to visit and to be part of this unique film festival.
Great. Ameen?
Yeah, and I would also like to say thank you everyone for having an interest, for watching our film, and thank you for the Palm Springs Film Society for hosting us. I wish that we were there with you, hopefully with other projects or sometime next year. Happy New Year. I hope this year brings more, peace and happiness to us everywhere around the world. And
Health.
Health. We share our story with you, and we are very happy that it is traveling to you.
Thank you, Ameen and Ali. Thank you. Happy New Year to you both. Please stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.